sometimes TV shows will just add a main character or add a character to the show, and then they end up either everybody hates it or they end up being a beloved like main character. Either they didn't start off like that and they came later on, seasons later, or maybe they were there when they first started, but you never really expected them to be like this big main entity. So today we're gonna look at some shows where characters were added later on or established later on that made themselves like a part of the show, if that makes sense. So make sure you like and sub up. Check out my other TV show related stuff. And really, with these characters, we're gonna see if like was it any good to add them? Does anybody even care? Did feelings change towards it? So we're gonna take a look at that. First, we got Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I don't got that much knowledge as to say when it comes to Avatar. I watched it. I'm in the middle of watching somebody that's reacting to it, if that makes sense. Right now, because I'm gonna be real, the first series I watched was Core, and every time I say it, people are like, whoa, whoa. I didn't like. I wasn't like back then. What was that? That was probably the Ben 10 era for me, man. I was watching like Ben 10 only. So I really didn't catch it. I did watch these YouTubers watch it before, but I'm getting off track. Anyway, Top. First of all, Top. I don't know what the general consensus. That's a big word. General consensus of like her was back then when she first appeared. But I know a lot of people are like fiending over Top. They love Top. Top's the greatest. Top the greatest character. Pretty sure it was the same feeling back then. So Top being added was like a later thing. It was like she wasn't even a part of the like she's a part of the original crew obviously now, but it's like to think like the first season she wasn't even like a thing. Like she didn't even exist. And for her to come in season two, book two, whatever you want to call it, and to be this like people like her more than some of the main people that was there at first, like she might be second next to Aang, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. That's kind of wild to me. But I'll say Top was a good change. For somebody coming out of nowhere, I feel like she was a good change to have and, teaching Aang earthbending. I do know that part. She did teach Aang about earthbending and doing all that, so she was a key point. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny that she is blind and doing all this, but it kind of helps and enhances her power. But for somebody that came in late in the series, well, book two, which is kind of like whatever, I say this is a W one. It's kind of crazy though. She came in book two and is like one of the most beloved. Next, we got Lloyd from Ninjago. Now you can kind of toss it up with this one. He was there in the first like pretty much episode, first season, but I'm pretty sure like it was at the end of the first season he became like known to be like the Green Ninja. And even then it took like I think till like the next season, halfway, middle way through. It wasn't until he got like older to where he was really I feel like the main focus. But I guess that's why they did it. But it's like if Lloyd imagine that kid when you first turned on Ninjago going this far, transforming all this far into becoming the Green Ninja. I don't know. Maybe I was just dumb. I didn't see Lloyd. I thought Lloyd was just gonna be like Garmadon and whoever was gonna be the Green Ninja, which I didn't think was gonna be Lloyd at the time. I thought Lloyd was just gonna be like a not even a background character, maybe like a help. Maybe I should have saw it coming, him becoming good. But the Green Ninja thing I didn't see coming. But I always thought Lloyd was just gonna be like not even a background character, just like him helping Garmadon, and then the ninjas take out Garmadon. So Lloyd's like, I need to help my protect my father. I don't know. I thought he would be on that type of timing. I never like. I know it's only like the first 10 episodes, but I never would have thought he would have became like the Green Ninja for real. So I feel like him turning into like a background character to his father, kind of, to like the main like point of every Ninjago series after that. I feel like this is a W. Lloyd is a good change. He's a good addition to the show. He was a good addition to the show when he was evil. When he became good and went through that whole story, that was a pretty good story too. So I'll say Lloyd is a W character being added, not at the last minute. He's one of them that came early on, but then turned it. It's crazy. He turned it to the main character when he was really just a side silly villain. I don't know. That's insane to me. Next one we got disclaimer. Every time I talk about old shows, I feel like I always got to say this, bro. I'm not Unc. I was born in '01. That's not Unc. And because like these old shows, every time I talk about an old show, people might be looking at me like, bro, what the heck you talking about? Scooby Doo from back in the bro, this probably came out like the 70s, 60s maybe. But Scrappy Doo is another one. He randomly got added. I don't know how many years, because you know Scooby Doo's been out since like probably the 20s. But like he probably got added a few years later, maybe. I don't know. I remember Scrappy Doo from the Scooby Doo movie back in like a while. The real life Scooby Doo movie. He was in that movie. I'm like 99% positive. But other than that, I feel like I mean, I was looking up a little bit about Scrappy Doo, and it's like I feel like a lot of people didn't like him. He was like annoying and unnecessary. But Scrappy's kind of funny. I mean, I seen him a little bit from the like they said the movies. I don't know. I don't know. Just adding a little. He's basically what he is. Basically, he's basically Scooby's nephew. So at least they added like a story. He looked kind of lighter than him too. You see that? But like, I guess it's Scooby nephew. He was around back in the day in like the show, and they added him to the crew, and then they just didn't. Well, I guess that shows that he was annoying because they didn't keep him a part of the crew and What's New Scooby Doo and all the other stuff. But Scrappy, based off the little stuff I do know about him, like I said, I wasn't alive during the time when he was out in the 70s during this, but he's all right. He's just a little extra side character to have in the show. I'll give him a. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think he's okay? I guess he wasn't because he didn't stick around. But I'll give Scrappy a pass. Scrappy's cool. He cool. He cool with me, I guess. The few clips that I saw of him and the few scenes that I have seen, he's all right. I don't know. Maybe I need to fully watch like the whole thing to like understand it. But like I don't know. I don't have a problem with Scrappy. Next we got Poof from Fairy Odd Parents. Now this one, Poof is a dude, which is kind of crazy because everybody thought it was a girl till they revealed it was a dude, which is kind of crazy. But if you know Poof, but anyway, Poof was added like way later on. Like this is pretty much what you could add Poof to that as well. But this is pretty much the consensus. I'm trying to use big words of this video really came from, bro. Because it's like Fairy Odd Parents was out for so many seasons, so many years. And people like to say this was the start of the downfall. But then they added that dog, and then they added Chloe. Then the animation got weird, but that's a whole nother thing. But Poof was added way early on. And pretty much it was a Fairy Odd baby special. And bro, Cosmo had the baby. Which is also crazy. So Cosmo had the baby, and Poof looks and sounds like a girl, but is a boy. I don't know, bro. It's a whole thing with that, but that's whatever. But Poof being added wasn't really that bad to me. I don't know. The Fairy Odd Baby special, Fairy Odd Parents, they always like to do specials pretty good. So it was like, I feel like Poof was I wouldn't say necessary change, but it was. I'm pretty sure that episode had to have do like 1 million viewers plus. Like, it was a big change. Like, oh my God, they're having a baby. They're adding a new character, the Fairy Odd Parents, that's going to stay. And I don't know. I thought it was interesting. But as far as the scale goes, is just keeping Poof and needing to be a part of the main cast or whatever, I don't think they need to do it. They could have kept the original cast. I'm not no writer. I can't tell them what they could have did to keep Fairy Odd Parents afloat or whatever. But I don't think they needed to add Poof. Poof was like, I mean, in the newer series, Fairy Odd or not Fairy Odd, whatever it's called with the new girl, people were excited for his comeback, so maybe they did something right. And that'll do it for these characters, man. I appreciate everybody that made it this far. Make sure y'all like and sub up, man, because I feel like these characters, it is kind of crazy how you could add somebody that really wasn't supposed to be like that. Like, Toph case, she came like book 2. That might be one of the crazier ones. Like, I don't know. Her and Poof might be tied for like one of the craziest ones, as opposed to like, cause like you gotta Toph came in book 2. She wasn't even a thought in the first season of Avatar, and people thought Avatar: The Last Airbender was goated after the first season. So to add somebody and it become even better is wild. Poof, that was, I don't know. Nah, Poof second, because Poof came like all these seasons later, and I feel like it brought a little bit more eyes to Fairy Odd Parents. But again, make sure you like and sub up. Let me know what y'all think, man, because I'll catch y'all next time.